Hi everyone, it's Wednesday, November 20th. This is Liam McMahon with the Global FX Club Daily Video. Thank you very much for watching. Going to run through some of the price action we've seen after the FOMC minutes, talk about what we have upcoming in tonight's Asian session, and then preview some trading setups here for the rest of the week. So, actually, a fair amount happened today. I'll do my best to cover all of it. Alright, please take a moment to look over the risk disclaimer, pause the video, read it over, and then we'll go to the charts. Okay. Alright, so let's start out with some something a little bit different. Okay, Treasuries. This is the U.S. This is the 10-year Treasury note. Treasuries took a little bit of a dip here. All right, last 4-hour candle. TLT. This is the 20-year Treasury bond ETF. Also took a little bit of a dip. All right, that means higher yields. That coming on the back of the FOMC meeting. A little bit of a delayed move, actually. The FOMC, they weren't particularly hawkish. They weren't any different, rather, than they have been of late. Next few months, the taper will likely happen. It's data dependent. We're seeing improvements in the labor market. All of the same stuff. Inflation today came out. It was not any greater than expected. Inflation remains a serious concern for the Fed, I think. Retail sales today were stronger than expected, so that's a plus. But basically, I think the FOMC remains in wait-and-see mode. I don't think we'll see a December taper. If we see a spectacular December NFP report, then yeah, we could maybe see it at the meeting that'll take place a couple weeks later. But for the most part, I don't think we're going to see it, but it does still remain on the table, and it will be something that people are considering. All right, so we had this spike down. The other pair, though, that tends to move with these decisions is dollar-yen. Not so much out of dollar-yen, all right? A little bit of divergence between currencies and bonds. Dollar-yen still looks bullish to me. Basically holding this ascending trend line, looking for it to break back above this 140 figure and continue higher from there. What moves dollar-yen is going to be the Nikkei. The Nikkei, to me, still looks very constructive. I was talking about this during my guest analysis I did today with fxstreet.com. I do think the Nikkei looks very good. I think we're in a bull pennant type situation here. 150.76 or so would be the support level, and we're looking to break up here, head towards 16,000. That will likely drag dollar-yen and the other yen pairs with it. Okay, Aussie yen here, bouncing off the 200 period EMA on the 4-hour chart, just shy of that trend line retest, trend line ascending trend line test. There's a confluence area here in about 2 candles at about 92.75. So watch out for that. CAD yen does kind of look similar to Nikkei, and it's flagging here. Can't quite get over that descending trend line. Euro yen sold off hard today. Actually, we'll come back to the euro in a minute. Just know euro yen, I'm not interested in buying. Pound yen, I try to buy it here at 160.40 if we get down there. I think that's worth a shot. I do think we're going to consolidate for a little bit longer before the pair continues to move higher. And then, sorry, we have Kiwi yen. I would prefer to give Kiwi yen a buy at the great level, not at the okay level, which we're bouncing off of now. The great level is 82.20. It's basically the 200 period EMA on the 4-hour chart in this ascending triangle here. So that's what I think about the yen pairs. Generally, I want to avoid most of the yen pairs. I think they could march higher, but I think it's going to be an ugly move higher. The ones I'm interested in are really pound yen here in this flag, and then dollar yen here off this trend line. I think it will avoid some of the weakness that we've seen in some of the other currencies. Okay, we've seen Aussie sold off here. Looking for a move on Aussie below 93. That would really confirm these levels. So 93, and then this previous bottom here. All right, that's like 92.75. Those two levels, if those go, look for a move down towards 89. Kiwi dollar, to me, way less clear, or rather way less bearish. If we get down towards 82, I might even have to give it a shot long. 81.60 to 82 is this major range here. All right, we have combined 6 previous touches of this range where we've had bounces, so definitely worth watching that range very carefully. I had a request for pound kiwi. Pound kiwi here is just kind of bleh. This, I mean, is actually fairly bearish setup right here. 3 wicks just shy of 95. If we close a 4-hour candle back here within the wedge, could see kiwi head all the way back down towards 192.78, the bottom of this triangle. On the other hand, if we do see a 4-hour close outside of this triangle, I would like pound kiwi to the upside. So right now I'm neutral on the pair. You got to see where this candle closes. If we close inside the wedge, it looks good for shorts. The triangle. If it closes within the triangle, it looks good for shorts. If it closes above the triangle, it looks good for longs. So that'll be. We just had a 4-hour candle close, so it'll be another 3 hours or so before we know. And what will affect that tonight will be HSBC PMI figures out of China. That will likely decide the direction of pound kiwi, and how big of a beat or miss we see will determine whether or not there's actually a setup available when we get to the next candle. All right, now let's talk euro. The euro dollar here, you can see reversed very hard today out of this channel because the ECB chatter again coming out talking about the possibility of negative deposit rates. This is not the first time we've heard that, but it got a pretty good reaction this time. We broke this channel. I'm sure we picked up some stops on the way down. I like euro dollar to the downside. I like it to target 130.50 or so. I'll tell you why. I've been waiting for this channel to break. We finally got a very decisive break. I think adding up to 135 with stops above the highs is a great trade. The reason I feel fairly confident about that is that it looks like the reversal came off this 50% fib. All right. So I'm willing to sell any rallies up towards 135 using this 50% fib as my stop. Looking for a measured move. All right. This sort of AB equals CD type move, which will give us that 1350 figure. All right, so let's show you what I'm looking at here. Okay, 130.50. So that's what I'm looking for on euro. I think very possibly we see the euro. Let's go out a little bit. This I gotta go a little bit more. Sorry. All right, I think this level that we saw here may prove to be a fairly significant top on the euro, especially if we see the Fed start to taper going forward. Okay, 618% fib, very nice reversal level. I think we could be in for the resumption of the bearish move in euro dollar. Not seeing anything out of the eurozone to make me feel optimistic that things are going well there. All right, so that's kind of influencing my willingness to be pretty heavily short the euro, looking for pretty aggressive targets. Dollar Swiss, all right, inverse pair, same idea, channel break, looking for a move up towards about 94.40. That will likely drag the other Swiss pairs with it, which will make Euro Swiss very interesting. 120, 122.80, good buying opportunity. Still looking for this breakout. That could be a very strong move if and when we get it. Pound dollar. Just failed to make it up towards that 162 level. Reversed pretty hard. I no longer am looking for 162. If we get it, I'll still sell it. But right now, neutral this pair. Looking for potential short opportunities down towards 159. False breakout on Aussie CAD. Watch 97 for support. Kiwi CAD 86 is support, so keep an eye on that. All right, so that's basically all I got for you today. Those are the ones that I'd be keeping an eye on. Watch those yen pairs tonight, and then watch the Aussie for a potential breakdown below 93, and watch Euro for possibilities to sell any rallies. All right, hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, you can find me on Twitter, Duke0777, or at globaleffectsclub.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.